Ecocide is the next war crime we'll be talking about. In the corner of the story will be the extent of the ecocide that is accompanying the last 2 years of genocide in the Gaza Strip. And the speaker is Mazin Qumsiyeh. Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for doing this. And my name is Mazin Qumsiyeh. I'm founder and director of the Palestine Institute for Biodiversity and Sustainability at Bethlehem University. I have over 40-year experience working on environmental issues globally and published over 250 scientific papers, over 30 book chapters and several books. I also led national environmental efforts and served on consulting as consulting scientists in global and regional environmental work. I provide this testimony to the jurors so that they can reach judgments based on facts regarding an aspect usually ignored in times of conflict when we focus on genocide. The subject we ignore is the ecocide. The facts listed below in this briefing are very well documented, and I provided references for those in the accompanying statement that I submitted to the jurors, including peer-reviewed scientific work, so you can consult with these. Anyway, let me begin by stating that the environmental costs of the colonial occupation and conflict in the land, on the land and the people of Palestine started nearly 100 years ago with projects like draining wetlands of the Hula area, diversions of water of the Jordan River basin. The river used to flow at 1,350 million cubic meters per year. Now it's barely a stream of 20 million cubic meters per year. And also Israel is uprooting millions of local indigenous trees, etc. So there is a long history of this ecocide. The previous damage also included bringing in dozens of invasive plant and animal species and planting a monoculture of pine trees to replace more resilient mixed wood areas. This environmental damage, which we can dub the environmental Nakba, accelerated since 7 October 2023. Let me just highlight a couple of brief areas of damage. There's the climate change impact due to incessant bombing campaigns and jet flights that produced more greenhouse gases than most average countries produce from all other sources of greenhouse gas emission. Number two, the Israeli occupation forces intentionally destroyed most trees and most greenhouses in the Gaza Strip. This we have done via research, via remote sensing. Number three, the IOF, Israeli occupation forces, destroyed habitats for most of the rare and endangered species in Gaza, including those listed in the red list of the International Union of Conservation of Nature. Number four, the IOF extensively used environmentally destructive weapons such as white phosphorus and munitions containing radioactive material. The so-called depleted uranium is certainly not depleted. Number five, the IOF destroyed essentially all institutions of higher education and research in the Gaza Strip, destroying possibility of work on remedies, remediation, or any conservation efforts, since all the centers that were concerned with education and conservation of nature have been destroyed, including museums, including collections, etc. And number six, the OF destroyed most of the hospitals and rendered others poorly operational. This, combined with a blockade on food, medicine, fuel, and water entering the Gaza Strip, resulted in a huge environmental health catastrophe. The famine you heard about, diseases spreading, and sewage and rats and other animals that parasitic diseases that are spread between the population. This is a huge environmental catastrophe. Number 7, and finally, the denial of fuel and relentless bombings decimated the infrastructure like desalination plants and sewage treatment facilities, resulting in cataclysmic conditions, not just for humans, but for the fauna and flora of the Gaza Strip. I thank you for the opportunity to give this testimony, and I wish the jurors to consider it in deliberation, to add it to the other damage that you heard about, including the genocide, the medicide, the scholasticide. The ecocide certainly needs a special place. My own guesstimate is that there will be more people dying from the environmental catastrophe in Gaza in the next 10 years than have died from the bombings, that have been killed from the bombings. So thank you very much.